accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Right? So it said, that they accounted that's what Esau and the other nations think about us. They come over here, them East Indians, them Arabs and all them, they all look down upon us, man. They think they're better than us. And they act that way when they come around you. It says, how is he numbered among the children?
They learn how to lubricate their asses because you're going to learn how to let your ass go from left to right, because we're going to be putting our foots in your ass sideways, boy. So you better have a lubricated butt.
Yep. It says, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High? See, they can't believe that. They won't be able to believe that until the day they see it. It said, and his lot is among the saints. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us, and the Son of righteousness rose not upon us. And then that's when they're going to know that they're not the people of the Most High. They're going to find out. They're going to be in for a rude awakening. They're going to wake up and find out that they are nothing but the devil that the Bible speaks of, and that they're nothing but heathens. Whether it be the East Indians or the Arabs or whatever nation out there thinks that the Most High is with them. It says, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction, because that's what they did to us, wickedness and destruction. It says, yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. And none of these nations know the way of the Lord. None of them. Not one. What hath pride profited us, or what good hath riches with our vaunting brought us? All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasted by. So basically, they're going to, when they finally wake up to find out that we are the people of the Lord, and that we're not, they know, they kind of know in the back of their mind, they're wondering now because of the way things are rolling right now and the way this word is being pushed out. But
they don't know a damn thing. You know when they're going to know? When our foots is in their asses sideways. Okay? That's when they're going to know.
Con. All right, so I'm going to go back to Joel chapter 1, verse 16. It says, gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children, and those that suck the breast. Let the bridegroom go forth of his chamber, and the bride out of her closet. Let the priests, the ministers of the Lord, weep between the porch and the altar, and let them say, spare thy people, O Lord, and give not thine heritage to reproach, that the heathen should rule over them. Wherefore should they say among the people, where is their power? Then will the Lord be jealous. And they say that now. They still say that about us, out there. You guys been out here for all these years, and the Lord still ain't come and deliver you. Where's your Lord at? They talk shit. Then will the Lord be jealous for his land and pity his people, because nobody else is pitying us. So the Most High is going to pity us. Yea, the Lord will answer.
Hold up, wait a minute now. That proves that Bruce Lee was an Israelite, and his master and the movie and the Chinese Connection, that's the true story of a Moabite martial artist. They had made a movie called Fearless with Jet Li, where he was fighting all those different styles. That's supposed to be a true story. Now the movie, The Chinese Connection, which originally was called, titled Fist of Fury, all right, where he's fighting against those Japanese, and they were calling the Japanese were calling the Chinese sick men of Asia. And Bruce Lee had came from out of town because his teacher had died. Now the guy in the movie that died, that was poisoned with biscuits, that's Hu Yin Chow, if I'm saying it the right way. And there's a scene in the movie where Bruce Lee dresses up in all these different disguises, and he's taking the translator, which is the Uncle Tom Chinese translator, translating for the Japanese, and he's got him in a rickshaw, right? And he turns him around and he picks him up, and he says, tells him to start talking, right? And then he throws the rickshaw with the guy in it. Then the guy still doesn't talk, and then Lee hits him with a series of punches to the body and kills the guy, because the guy said, "Have pity, have pity." And then Lee went off on him, right? And then he said, "Have pity." He said, "Who had pity for Hu Yin Chow?" And so that proves that Hu Yin Chow had to be a Jake. Because when you watch that movie, if I got it, I'm gonna watch it later on. This guy was fighting. He was fighting samurai experts. He was fighting guys from Russia. He was fighting boxers, wrestlers, and anything that they threw at this guy, he had the way to turn that shit around and beat them at their own game. All right. And in the beginning of the movie, they showed when he was in his town, they had to fight on these towers. The tower might be 30 feet high, and the guy that lost was kicked off the damn tower. So you had to be bad. You know, if you came on a certain level, you might be crippled up, man. So this dude was bad as hell. Because you had Jakes that lived among the Moabites, man. See, Jake was scattered throughout the whole planet Earth. But going back to the point, Bruce Lee made that point where he killed the guy, and he said, have pity. Who had pity for Hu Yin Chao? Or Hu Yin Chang, whatever his name was. All right?
So it says, then will the Lord be jealous for his land and pity his people. Yea, the Lord will answer and say unto his people, behold, I will send you corn and wine and oil, and you shall be satisfied therewith. And I will no more make you a reproach among the heathen. Verse 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things.
Yeah, that's a mafioso saying is, look, I'm going to find you where I leave you. You know? If I'm saying it right. But anyway, the Most High gonna cause this whole U.S. military, all its forces, according to the scriptures, it's going to get so hot out there in the Middle East that they're going to send all those forces, because that's the fulfillment of them, of Armageddon. So there's all the military forces of the U.S., all right, when they go over there, they're not gonna come back. They're not even gonna come back in body bags, because there ain't gonna be no body to put in the bag. They're just gonna become a part of that damn dust. All these devastating wars that took place. There was a battle during World War II. I think it was called the Battle of Verdun. And that, for 9 months, I believe it was the Germans against the Russians, if I'm not mistaken. But we covered that in the Revelation, the 9th chapter, in-depth breakdown. But we went all into that, man. And for 9 months, they had this patch of land that they were fighting over, man. And they were killing each other left and right, man. I mean, left and right. That's going to be a cakewalk compared to what's going to happen when the Most High causes Armageddon to take place, or World War III. And it could happen this year. I mean, things are getting hot, man. It's been hot over there it's hot in Egypt, in Greece, in Spain, in France, in certain Latin American countries, man. Everybody's waking up to the fact that you got a small amount that's super rich, and you got the majority of the world, you know, to give it a number, 99% are either just making it or can't even make it, man. And they're seeing how these politicians are full of shit. Every last one of them are full of shit, you know? So they're waking up, and they're gonna do something. And there will be protests and violent uprisings in America, man. You're gonna have patriots fighting against the police, patriot group fighting against the military. You're gonna have former military personnel that fought in wars 10, 20 years ago in the Nam that's going to be fighting against cops. That spirit of war is going to get right back in them, man. That's why they want to take them guns. You know who the biggest gun enthusiasts are? Them guys that went to the military, man. They used to having a gun. They killed people. They shot people, man. They got shot at. That's part of their makeup, man. Guns are part of the white man's DNA. That's all these devils have. They don't have the Most High. That's all they had. That's the blessing that Isaac gave to Esau, man. He said you're gonna rule, but you're gonna rule with that sword. So, get ready for a bloody, calamitous time. Because fasten your seatbelts. Because 2013 gonna be a bumpy ride. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.